and I will prepare to share my screen po. Okay, good morning everyone. So we will start our lecture na po. Okay, today we'll be talking about vision screening. And this is the goal of our lecture today. We'll, at the end of the lecture, we hope you'll be able to know, or at least tell us why pediatric vision screening is important, when we should be doing vision screening, and what is the best way to do vision screening. Okay, so why is pediatric vision screening important? Dun muna tayo sa bakit kailangan gawin ito. It's because many children are suffering from visual disabilities all over the world. So, and statistics have also proven that usually those coming from the very poor and poor income families po tend to have higher rates of blindness or poor vision among their children. And and ipansinin niyo rin po sa slide na to, notice that yung mga mayayaman, the rich people, only 6% of them will have children experiencing some form of blurred vision or even blindness. So nakita niyo discrepancy. So ang nangyayari, parang the rich people seems to have access to good, to higher standards of care and better standards of living. Kaya they're easily seen, the conditions are easily seen and spotted and treated. Not like with the poor and the very poor people. Okay, this is an old survey, no? Kasi back more than 10 years ago, the rate of blindness in the Philippines was 0.43%. 0.43%, meaning 0.43% of Filipinos in population na yon are considered blind. Now, but if you translate that, pag nilipat na natin yan in data na ngayon, like yan, nung 2015, nung nag-NSO census tayo, there are about 100 million people in the Philippines. So, dun sa last census, it was already 150 million. And back in 2015, 11% of them are already below 15 years old. So, kung kukunin natin yung 0.43% ng 100 million patients, 0.43% of 100 million patients, that's roughly almost 500,000 Filipino children who will be potentially visually impaired. And that means these children who have years ahead of their lives pa will be suffering from poor vision. Okay, now, according to the same study po, these are the following causes of visual impairment in the pediatric age group. The number one being refraction or error of refraction. Ibig sabihin nun, most of these, 33% of these patients will probably just need good glasses and will be able to see better. But as you go down the list, no, you'll see more and more conditions and it will become harder for us to treat. Yung pinakamadali, which is buti na lang, yung pinakamarami, error of refraction. Okay, we will discuss these one by one. Now, back in 2018, there was a law that was passed. This is the National Vision Screening Act. At ang goal nito, and this was under the presidency of 2018, President Rodrigo Duterte. Siya po yung president ng time na yun at ipinasa po itong batas na to, the National Vision Screening Act, which mandates the vision screening program for kindergarten children po. Now, ang goal nito is to catch the poor vision at an earlier age. Para when the amblyopia has not yet set in, when we catch these patients, these young patients with poor vision, we can already manage them and they will have better chances of better vision in the future po. So why did we need to mandate pediatric vision screening? Kasi most of the time, children will just think na, maybe my poor vision is normal. That's one. Pwede rin isipin ng bata, I didn't know na I had poor vision kasi I had one good eye that's working and the other eye is not working well. I have one good eye working, so maybe I'm okay. So because of this, we miss out on a lot of patients, pediatric patients who are already suffering from poor vision. Now, we also see a high incidence of myopia among Asian population. Notice na ang dami-dami mga Chinese, even us, mga Filipinos, you go to Singapore, go to other Asian countries, a lot of us are wearing eyeglasses because there's a high incidence of myopia nga. And this is related to near work. Maybe nga dahil mahilig tayo magbasa, mahilig tayo tumingin sa mga gadgets natin. Now, if you remember yung list natin na that deals with the causes of poor vision among children, a lot of these can be treatable or even reversible if we detect it early. That's why we needed to mandate pediatric vision screening. Remember, yung poor vision ng patient will also affect yung kanyang performance in school. 85% of what children will learn will have to pass through their eyes. So if their eyes are not working well, it will affect their school performance. And if it will affect their school performance, it will definitely affect their employment someday. Now, are kids just smaller versions of adults? They're not. So alam niyo naman kasi that the eyeballs of children are underdeveloped when they're born. The visual system is underdeveloped. So because it's underdeveloped, meron tayong period of time wherein the development will happen, and that's from age 0 to 7 years. So we need to catch the problem. We need to catch any blurred vision during that golden period so we can resolve it. We can find solution, and because of that, we can optimize their vision. So when would be a good time to do the screening? During that 0 to 7 years of age. So ideally, a comprehensive eye exam should be done by the age of 5 years old. So ito na nga yung kindergarten age pupils. Now, ay balik tayo dito. Now, you may ask, how can I do vision screening for newborns? There are ways to detect if a patient, a newborn, is able to see or not. Even for kids who are 6 to 12 months old, 12 to 36 years old, 12 to 36 months old, or even 3 to 5 years old. So yung visual acuity testing or vision screening natin will depend on the age of the patient that we are dealing with. Now, these are the children who will need an eye exam kahit hindi pa sila kindergarten. Those coming from a family with history of retinoblastoma or congenital cataracts. They need to be examined for the presence of the same disease in these children. Next, those children who had mothers who suffered from maternal infections such as rubella or any kind of STD, genitourinary infection. Children who are born premature defined as less than 32 weeks, or who have low birth weight. Low birth weight meaning under 1,500 grams. Sorry, hindi to kilograms, grams po ito. Under 1,500 grams po na timbang. Okay, 1.5 kilos. Sorry. And then children with other impairments. So these are children who have cerebral palsy, with Down syndrome, mental retardation, hearing impairment, and all sorts of impairments. Now, regarding refractive error, may kinalaman bang intelligence doon? Well, in a way, yes, because we found out that children with refractive error are the ones who are usually engaged in mere work. Yung mahilig magbasa, mahilig mag-computer. May kinalaman ng genetics? Yes. Why? Because children of parents who wear glasses usually will end up wearing glasses too. So if one parent wears glasses most likely at least half of the children will be wearing glasses. Kailangan ba talaga na, what if they do not wear the full prescription of the glasses? Will that contribute to the refractive error? In other words, lalala ba yung grade? Tataas ba yung grade if you're not wearing the correct glasses? Actually, no. Whether you wear your glasses with the full prescription or not, whether you wear it often or not, your grade, the grade of your eyes will change pa rin. How about exposure to the different spectra of light? You've heard of that, na people who are exposed to blue light are more prone to certain diseases. Actually, there are conflicting studies on that regarding blue light. Kung if blue light is harmful or blue light is not harmful. So the jury is not yet out on this. But yun na nga, there are studies that support that. There are studies that do not support that. How about diet? Will diet and diet-related changes in height affect error of refraction or having that refractive error? No, it doesn't mean na pag hindi vegetable eater itong pupil, itong bata, magkakaroon na siya ng error of refraction. It doesn't work that way. Although, having good diet will make your eyes healthy. How about TV and computer use? You'll hear that from parents. Sabi na, Dok, sabihan mo na may anak ko na huwag masyado mag-computer kasi tataas ang grado ng mata. It's not true. Some children, maybe you'll also hear from parents, Dok, yung anak ko kasi kaya tumaas yung grade niya kasi ang lapit-lapit niyan umupo sa TV. It's actually the other way around. The children are forced to sit closer to the TV because they cannot see the screen. Pero buti na lang ngayon, malalaki na yung mga TVs natin at home. So kahit iupo mo sila na malayo, they can see it, they can still see. So TV and computer use will not not contribute to the refractive error. How about night lights? Having night lights, yung mga little lights sa gabi, just para hindi lang pitch black yung kwarto, it will not also contribute to the refractive error. Now, if you have refractive error, it may lead to amblyopia or lazy eye. Now, look at the photo on the left side of your screen. Here you have a patient who has good vision. So there is fusion of the images seen by the two eyes. Each eye, remember, each eye sees, we see the same image in a slightly different angle. Kasi hindi naman sila one on top of the other Magkalayo yung dalawang mata. So may konting difference yung nakikita nila. So the job of the brain is to fuse the two images seen by each eye, transform it into one image. Yun yung normal vision born out of good fusion. But if one eye is deviated, like what you see in the middle photo, or one eye does not see very well, malabo yung paningin, then the signal received by the brain will be variable. One is a clear image of the image, one is a clear image coming from the good eye, and the other one is a blurry image coming from the eye with the refractive error, or it could be another image. Kasi nga naka-deviate yung mata, so iba na ngayon nakikita ng mata na yon. Okay, so what happens is the brain, since ang job niya is to fuse the two images together, the brain will have to choose now. Alin ang papansinin ko dito? So the clearer image will be the one that will be entertained by the brain. So the clearer image coming from the eye that is straight, yun ang papansinin. So whatever image is sent by the deviated eye or the eye with the blurred vision because of an error of refraction, it will now undergo suppression. Hindi napapansinin ng brain. And if this keeps up, this will lead to amblyopia. So kahit na i-align mo na yung mata, dinarugtong na padiretso mo na yung mata na yan, kahit na nilagyan mo na ng tamang grade ng salamin yung mata na yan, kung umabot na tayo sa punto na lumampas na tayo dun sa golden period of 0 to 7 years, then yung mata na yan will not be able to reach its optimal development. It will not be able to see well. It will now be suffering from amblyopia. So please remember this, that normal and equal visual inputs from both eyes during infancy and early childhood, cutoff age is 7 years old. They are both needed for the full development of the vision center of the brain. Okay, so here you'll see a slide that shows you that myopia is prevalent all over the world, and it is estimated na by 2050, there will be up to 5 billion people all over the world who will be suffering from myopia. Excuse me. Now, there's this growing evidence na there is association between spending a lot of times computer and myopia. So, lalo nang lumabas to nung nagkaroon ng pandemic because all our studying, we're now limited to our computers, to our devices. The kids are no longer allowed to go out and play with their with other children. Kaya puro dito na lang ang laro, puro using the play is now limited to the devices. And so we had seen an increase in myopia. So merong kinalaman na ngayon ang near work with, and that includes using your devices. It's mainly because of near work. Dahil not the computer exposure itself, but the activity relating to the device itself. Now, and that's why the Philippine Society of Pediatric Ophthalmology and Strabismus came up with this program, and they call it Claro, wherein kids are encouraged to play outside. Kasi nga nawawala na po yung art na yan. Kayo ba'y natutong magpatintero? Baka wala na sa inyo marunong magpatintero. That was the game we used to play when we were kids. Kasi nga we used to play outdoors. So nowadays, limited na yung laro ng mga bata sa labas. Una-una, baka na wala na rin space. Marami ng sasakyan sa kalye. Pangalawa, it is, maybe you can say, unsafe na sa labas. Ang dami naman sasamang tao. That's also true. And third, it is more convenient to keep them inside the house kasi nababantayan mo, di ba? Less likely to get hurt. And that, pero ngayon, we're encouraging the kids, the parents, to allow their kids to play outside. So like, pag nasa eskwelahan yung mga bata, it would be best if you allow them to play sa mga, sa playground or play games, sports. And this is to stimulate the sensory pathway. Yun ang goal doon. And there is something about exposure to the sun that somehow halts or stops the progression of myopia. It is still not understood, but somehow, pag naaarawan tayo, and maybe nga dahil nga rin we are, when we are out in the open, we're not doing a lot of near work. Puro distance viewing ang ginagawa natin nun. Kaya, I encourage you, lalo na if you have nieces, nephews, and maybe when you have children someday, to get your kids to play out in the field. Dalhin niyo sila sa mga playground, sa mga parks, let them play. Now, so yun nga yung naging, but because of the pandemic, we were limited to allowing them to play with their gadgets. Now, I'd like to bust a few myths regarding the blue light. Okay, so this is an infographic released by the Philippine Academy of Ophthalmology in collaboration with the Philippine Society of Pediatric Ophthalmology and Strabismus. First, number one, it is a myth that blue light from the screens will harm our eyes. So far, wala pang complete evidence that will say it is harmful. Okay, may conflicting evidence, may studies that will say meron, studies na wala, pero right now, overall, wala pang totally nagsasabing it is harmful, that the blue light is harmful. Next, another myth is that blue light causes digital eye strain. It is not the blue light itself, but it is how we use our devices. So it's not the blue light, but lalo na if the screen is too bright, that can cause digital eye strain. When you're staring at your device, actually, kasama tayo dito, no? When we're using our devices for too long, that can also cause digital eye strain. So another myth is using the Anti-blue light glasses will help improve sleep. So yung supposed to be anti-blue light is supposed, ang work ng glasses na yun is it will keep out the blue light from entering the eyes. Kasi nga supposed to be the blue light will prevent us from having good sleep. So ang totoo actually would be if you want better sleep, no, you should decrease screen time. Hindi yung not wear the anti-blue light. Na kunwari, nakahiga ka na, you're still holding your cell phone, you're still looking through, nagdo-doom scrolling ka pa rin. Hindi ganon. You'll have to decrease your screen time at least an hour before you plan to go to bed. Example, gusto mo matulog ka na by 9 p.m., abay dapat 8 p.m., katago na yung cellphone mo. That will help improve your sleep, not wearing the anti-blue light glasses. Next, another myth is anti-blue light glasses will help improve eye health. Again, wala nga tayong sufficient evidence na to say that blue light is really harmful to the eyes. Okay? So, what do we recommend instead? Now, to prevent your digital eye strain, which can happen to us, number one, make sure that the computer is at eye level, the monitor is at the at your eye level. So if you end up stooping or bringing your head down a little bit just to see your monitor, then you're not in the right position. Either ibababa mo yung upuan mo or papatong mo yung monitor mo to something to some pedestal or some place para pantay na yung monitor tsaka yung mata mo. Next, we have to keep our gadgets at a certain distance. So that's 18 to 24 inches from our eyes para hindi magkaroon ng eye strain. Next, we can also use bigger font sizes. A luxury we didn't have when the cell phone started, but at least ngayon, you can actually enlarge the fonts. Screen brightness, yan, you can also control that. If it is too bright, it will really cause eye strain. Next, follow the 20-20-20 rule, which states that every 20 minutes that you're on your computer, you take a break. You take a break for 20 seconds and you look at something 20 feet away from you. In other words, you have to break the fusion. Titingin ka sa malayo. Now, para hindi ka naman makagalitan na, wala ka na naman ginawa, tumutunga ka na naman. Actually, anything basta beyond 3 meters, pwede na yun. You can look straight ahead lang. Okay, to relax your eyes. To relax the muscles, kasi nga when you're looking up close, remember your eyes are turned a little inward. So nakalock yung mata mo nun. Mapapagod yung mga muscles mo, yung mga medial recti mo and all the other muscles, no? So by looking straight ahead, you give your medial recti a chance to relax po. Okay? 20 seconds lang ang break po natin. Next, blink regularly. When we're looking at something intently, kunwari, ang ganda-ganda pinapanood mo sa Netflix, or you're reading a very nice novel or you're so engrossed with what you're reading, we forget to blink. We should be blinking 10 to 12 times in a minute. And we forget to do that when we are so focused on what we're doing. So you need to sometimes we need to remind ourselves. I usually tell my patients that if they have a nice post-it, a small post-it lagay sa screen niya, na pag nakita niya, that's the signal to blink. And then, no fans on the face. So, isang nagko-contribute to digital eye strain is dryness ng mata. So, this will be enhanced when you have the draft of air. Draft coming from an electric fan na nakatutok sa mukha mo or draft ng aircon. Kasi nga, kung let's say mainit yung environment mo. If the draft is towards your face, that will dry your eyes faster and that will contribute to digital eye strain. And you can also use lubricating eye drops. So yung mga over-the-counter, you have yung IMO available naman. If you want, we can make a prescription for you for sodium hyaluronate or carboxymethylcellulose or hypromellose and yung mga usual generic names ng mga medicines that you can use to ease yung dryness ng mata. Now we go to the preventable cause of blindness. No? So you can have childhood cataracts And this occurs in about 30% of childhood blindness, no? And it is very important to identify this sooner. So remember yung period natin, 0 to 7 years old. So how do you detect this? This will present as leukoporia. Mawawala yung red-orange reflex. Another disease that will present with no red-orange reflex is retinoblastoma. So how do you do that? You can take a picture of your nieces, nephews, at yung red eye na nakikita ng cameras natin. So, di ba may mga may mga apps pa nga that will help you remove the red eye. Actually, gusto nga natin kasi that will tell us that there is good retinal reflection. So, the chances na may cataract siya or retinoblastoma is lower. Now, kung sakasakali mang may cataract na yung patient, we can remove that cataract para we can remove that cataract and allow and later on give good glasses para makita yung bata na yan. So there's a solution to the cataract. Next, how about retinopathy of prematurity? So, of course, hindi na natin makokontrol kung yung bata ay mapapanganak ng prematurely, no? Ang importante dito is to detect the retinopathy of prematurity or ROP. In fact, we have already created yung tinatawag na ROP group, working group dito sa Philippines, and we have trained a lot of doctors to detect ROP in these little children. Okay, ROP is blinding. But if we detect this early, we can do something about that. We can do laser treatment, we can do surgery to address all of these. So there's still hope for patients who are suffering from ROP. Next, retinoblastoma. So this is the most common cancer seen in the pediatric age group. And they will present with usually the loss of the red-orange reflex. So when you have your nieces, nephews with you, even your children, try to elicit the red-orange reflex. How? You can use your ophthalmoscope, o kaya you can get your cameras, get photos, try to see that red-orange reflex, right? Kasi if we can detect that early, we can do something about that. We can help this patient. This cancer can metastasize to the brain. So we can do something, no? If nga lang, but we will need your help. We need to detect this sooner. So what's the best way to screen these children? Well, you can start with the Bruckner test. Okay, so you look for the red-orange reflex. So you can use your ophthalmoscope, lagay niyo yung spot size niya to the largest that you can have. Tapos you shine that light to or dun sa kanilang pupil and elicit that red-orange reflex. So pag wala yung red-orange reflex, that tells you na you're now considering either a lens opacity, a cataract, or retinoblastoma. Yan yung mga consideration. Which case, pag nakita niyo yan, please send that patient right away to a pediatric ophthalmologist, okay, for management. Okay, so yan, you can also take pictures. You can also do yung corneal light reflex or yung Hirschberg test. You remember, if you shine light sa mata po ng tao, ideally, the two reflections of the cornea should fall on the same spot on each eye. If it is deviated, then you know that the eyes are not aligned. All right. So if you look at the upper right figures, in letter A, that's a perfectly aligned eye kasi the corneal light reflex, yung white spot dyan, fell on the same spot on each eye. Dun sa letter B, you'll notice that the corneal light reflex on the left eye of the patient fell on the temporal part. That tells you that the left eye is inwardly deviated. Duling yung mata na yan. Duling yung mata na yan. And then for letter C, notice that the corneal light reflex fell now on the nasal part, which tells you na banlag or wall-eyed yung pasyente na yan. Okay? But there are also patients na who will appear na parang duling, cross-eyed, but actually they just have this very thick skin in between their eyes. So yan yung picture sa baba. Nung pininch ng doctor, hindi naman pala duling yung bata. Pero pag nandyan yung skin, they will appear as if they are crossed. Okay? So rely on the corneal light reflex. Next. So these are examples of new patients. Dun sa letter B sa taas, this is a patient na na wall-eyed. Wall-eyed siya. And then sa baba, cross-eyed siya. Notice where the light reflex fell. Next, vision assessment. How will we now check the vision of our patients? So there are a lot of ways to do that. Sorry, balikan natin to. So vision assessment requires the cooperation or the input coming from the patients themselves. So if they're familiar with the alphabet, you can use yung usual Snellen chart. But if they're not, you can now use yung mga figures. On the upper part, you'll see yung figure chart natin. Merong 4 na figures, and then the patient is supposed to point kung saan yung nakikita niya dun sa chart. Alright? Now, kung hindi rin pwede yon, pwedeng gumawa tayo ng tumbling E. Tumbling E. Pwede rin yung letter C. Okay? So there's always a way. Now, for children naman po na batang-bata, kung are newborn, how will you test kung may vision sila? They will usually, if you shine a light sa mata nila, they will usually follow that light. Ilawan mo yung mata ng mga newborns, they will fixate on it, and they will. Okay? So yun ang mga ways natin to do that. Now, we also have this fancy device. We call it photo screening, wherein we use a device to identify any problems sa mata ng patient. Okay, so this is an example, yung vision screener. It's just a non-invasive. Itatapat mo lang sa mata ng patient, it will already give you some reports. So like ito. This is a sample assessment po. So kung well-aligned yung mata, i-report nung machine. Meron ng made in China na version na to. So nagaya na ng China to. So it will now be cheaper in the market. And then it will also give an assessment kung aligned or misaligned yung mata. It will also give you yung grade, yung refraction ng mata. So in this case, example na to, flinag na niya yung grade ng mata ng pasyente, also yung misalignment ng mata. Flag out na. And then there are apps. Marami na pong apps that can help us check yung vision ng patient or assess them remotely. Marami ring lumabas during the pandemic. And nakatulong to for patients who cannot be examined sooner. Kasi nga they're all scared to go to the hospital po. So there are ways, in other words. Now, in the Philippines po, no, very few are what we call yung pediatric ophthalmologists. I am not one of them, but I'm assigned to give a lecture on this. Okay? Ito yung scattering nila all over the Philippines. You'll notice na maraming lugar na wala. And kasi a lot of ophthalmologists practice that relies a lot on instruments. Kaya usually ang clustering nito will be in the urban areas. Right? Pero andyan naman yung effort naman ng Philippine Academy of Ophthalmology to encourage more graduates from the residency training to get into pediatric ophthalmology and strabismus practice. Okay, so in summary, vision screening in the pediatric age group is needed kasi this way we'll be able to catch the preventable causes of blindness, and we hope by doing so, we'll improve the quality of our youth who will become our leaders someday. I think that's the last part of my slide. Any questions po from the audience? Wala pong questions? Nakapag-attendance naman kayo na, no? Okay, may isang tanong dito. Regarding watching TV, okay lang ba if malapit lang po sila? May ideal distance rin dapat sila when watching TV. You should be curious why they have to sit up close. Is it because they cannot see clearly? Kaya sila napipilitang lumapit. So try to investigate. It's not okay kasi Unang-una, di ba when you go to the cinema, you don't wanna be seated dun sa pinakaunahan na part ng cinema. You'd rather be seated sa may likuran. Kasi nga, you can see everything. Kasi when you're seated in front, you will have to move your head para makita mo yung buong screen. So when somebody sits way too close in front of the TV, you ask, bakit? Kasi ang normal talaga, meron kang comfortable distance wherein minimal na lang eye movement mo to see yung entire screen. So it's not okay to be seated very too close to the TV. Next, yung blue light protection po sa eyeglasses are not true po ba? Well, so far, studies have shown na mukhang hindi pa. Like I said, merong studies that claim na harmful ang blue light. Yun nga yung reason bakit may blue light protection sa salamin. And there are studies that show na wala namang evidence na harmful. So, if you're going to be wearing glasses with the idea of protecting your eyes from the blue light, baka wala pa tayong maayos na basis for that. Okay? As of now, of course, things can change, ha? Kasi nga, yung science today says wala pang clear evidence. Pero maybe in a year or 2, or maybe 10, maybe there'll be evidence na blue light protection is needed by our eyes. What is clear is we need sunglasses when we step out in the sun. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., hindi arte yan for Filipinos. For people living in the equator, in the equatorial region, no, hindi arte sa atin yan. We need that. If we put on sunblock on our skin, we need to be putting sunglasses on our eyes when we step out in the sun. Okay, so wala bang benefit yung blue light glasses? So far, the benefit is still not, how do I say, still not guaranteed. Wala pang clear basis on the benefit po. What is the prognosis or possible progression of nearsightedness in children and adolescents? Okay, is it possible for nearsightedness to lessen or to improve with consistent proper eye hygiene? Okay. Once naging myopic na ang pasyente, nagkaroon na ng glasses, you know the number line. You have 0 on the center, then you have +1, +2, +3, +4 on one side, and then from the 0, you have -1, -2, -3, -1. So, usually, ang eyes natin will maliit yung mata natin, eyeball natin, then it will grow bigger. So, ideally, sabay-sabay nga lumalaki mga yan. But sometimes, the eye becomes elongated. Ang growth niya is pahaba. And that makes the eye myopic. Okay, nagiging myopic ang mata kapag nagiging myopic yung mata when the eyeball is too long. So how do you prevent the progression? Una-una, once you start wearing glasses, you'll be wearing glasses. The only way to remove that is pag nag-LASIK na tayo. Yung nagkaroon ka na ng laser correction to remove the need for glasses. Okay? And we only do that when your eyes have stopped, when the grade is already stable. What is stable? Yung hindi na masyado nag-move, pero nag-move pa rin. So at the end of the day, can we really stop it? No, we really cannot stop it from getting worse. Can we stop it if we wear our glasses all the time? No. We still see patients na tumataas ang grade kahit suot-suot nila yung eyeglasses nila palagi. Will it get worse if they do not wear the glasses? No, it will still change. Hindi nga lang nila na-enjoy good vision kasi they're not wearing the glasses. Eye hygiene, like cleaning your eyes daily or regularly, having an error of refraction has nothing to do with how we clean our eyes or how we maintain the health of our eyes. So, pero may kinalaman doon ang near work. So, if you're doing a lot of reading, if you're doing a lot of computer work, talagang magkakaroon ng nearsightedness doon eventually. Kung farsighted ka before, tas eventually magkakaroon ka ng nearsightedness. Can amblyopia be corrected past the age of 7? Sometimes. Very rarely, but it does happen. I've seen it in a patient. Hindi siya fully corrected. We have had the patient na malabo yung mata niya. Hindi na siya like totally malabo. I think he was 20, parang 70 siya when I first saw him. He was already 9 years old nung time na yon. And then we tried yung We tried, we gave him the full correction, yung talagang glasses niya. And then we tried a little bit of patching. Patching means we cover the good eye para mapilitang magtrabaho yung better eye. And it worked a little bit. Nag-improve siya. It never went to 2020, pero at least hindi na siya 2070. Naging 2040 na lang siya na. But, may improvement pa rin. So, merong konting improvement, but it cannot be, hindi na natin mahahabol yan. So, ito, myopic people po cannot go back to have a 20/20 vision in just using glasses. No more na. Wala nang ganun. LASIK is one way to correct. That is, we reshape the surface of the eye para yung light na yan will fall exactly on the retina. And you don't need the glasses anymore to focus the light. Or, another way is, tinatawag namin clear lens extraction, but this is very rarely done. Tinatanggal na yung natural lens ng mata kung yun ang naging source ng error of refraction para mag-change yung grade ng mata. Yun. So once you have it, na yan. Can a myopic patient remove their glasses when using a cell phone, or should you wear them all the time? At your age, pwedeng you wear your glasses all the time. But at my age, I will need to remove my glasses para makita ko yung cellphone ko. Kasi nga nandun na yung accommodation, nabawasan na yung accommodative power ng mata ko. So you'll see, siguro yung mga patients will say, Doc, mas nakikita ko kung tinatanggal ko yung glasses ko. And that's okay. Kasi nga, ibig sabihin nun, meron na silang separate grade to enable them to see at near. Yun. Mas marami pang tanong. I pause lang sandali. Yes. Okay, sige. Just give me 5 minutes. Is there evidence for the eye exercises? Eye exercises to do what? For what? For the health of the eyes? Eye rolling, figure of 8 tracking, cupping, warm. No evidence for that. Ang exercise na alam namin that will help is yung tinatawag namin pencil push-up. Ano yung pencil push-up? So you have yung pen dito, and then nilalapit mo siya while the patients focus on this. These are done for patients na wall-eyed, para napipilitan silang practicein, tumingin, papalapit. Okay, yun yung eye exercise that work. Pero itong eye rolling, figure of 8 tracking, cupping warm palms over the eyes, walang clear evidence that they will help. Sige. Any other questions po? While unclear that they will help, okay. Any okay. Oh, nakaan pala tayo. Closed caption. Any other concerns or questions? Sige. So I hope you can help us, ophthalmologists, by screening your own family. Okay, screen your own family. Take pictures of your nephews, kids, nieces. Help them out. Take pictures, and then yun nga, para makita nyo nga kung maayos yung alignment ng mata. To be handy. Actually, kahit hindi pen light, yung cellphone nila, ganun nila yung mata nila, kung aligned yung mga mata nila. Yun. And then, if they seem to have a problem, or the parents notice a problem, encourage them to bring their kids to the eye doctor in kagad. Okay? Para the sooner we detect the problem, the sooner we can do something for them, and the more likely we can recover better vision for them. Sige, so sabi ni Patrick, ang secretary namin, we need to take a picture. Can you all turn on your cameras, please? Patrick, ikaw na ba mag-picture? Yan, si Patrick na lang magpipicture. Magsalita ka, Patrick, para alam namin, ha? Walang alam, Mike. Sige, okay. Game. Sige, let's start. Sige, first screen, Patrick, get ready to take a picture. Sige, tingin lang po sa camera, may big smile. Sige, 1, 2, 3. Sige, okay. Next page, Patrick. Next page tayo. Sige, tingin sa camera po. Right. 1, 2, 3. Smile po. Okay. Next page ulit po. Dami kasi tayo dito. Smile po sa camera. Smile po tayo. 1, 2, 3. Smile po. 3 shots na, Sir Patrick. Okay. And then, another screen. Sir Patrick, catch up ka ba? Okay ka lang? Sige, another screen. Ready, everyone? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sige. Another one. Next screen. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Dami natin kasi. Another screen. 1, 2, 3. Okay, another screen. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Another screen po ulit. Smile naman kayo. Para naman kayo para maguguho na mundo nyo. 1, 2, 3. Sige. Next. Another screen. 1, 2, 3. Sir Patrick, okay na ba tayo? Okay, another screen pa. Done na. Okay. Sige. So, bago ko i-dismiss, I'd like to remind everyone na marami pa kayong pagdadaanan. This is... So, stay hopeful. You need to be hopeful na malalampasan nyo to. A lot of people have already gone through ahead of this. And nakalampas naman kami, so makakalampas din kayo sa pinagdadaanan nyo. Okay? We look forward to seeing all of you sa ospital. Alright? See you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for attending.
Thank you, Doc.
Bye-bye.
Thank you po, Doc.
Thank you po, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you po, Doc.